You've probably seen the headlines. Japan wants to build a giant solar ring around the moon to beam limitless clean energy back to Earth. It sounds like science fiction, and there's a reason for that. Let's clear something up right away. The actual proposal isn't about a ring orbiting the moon. According to community consensus with fairly high confidence, what's actually being discussed is simply placing solar panels on the lunar surface the same way we already have them on Earth. The clickbait articles misrepresented this as some kind of orbiting structure, but the real concept is just panels sitting on the moon's ground. Now, you might be wondering if this is a serious scientific initiative. The general consensus with reasonable confidence is that this is not a serious proposal. It's something that media outlets turned into clickbait with dramatic imagery that has nothing to do with what's actually being suggested. Here's the practical problem. Many people believe the gains in solar production from putting panels on the moon simply aren't worth the effort and cost of getting them up there. It would be far more practical to just add more solar panels here on Earth. When you consider the logistics of launching materials to the lunar surface, building infrastructure there, and then somehow transmitting that energy back to Earth, the economics don't make much sense. If we really wanted solar panels outside Earth's atmosphere to avoid weather interference and nighttime, the community generally holds that we should just put them in space rather than on the moon. At least then you're not dealing with landing on another celestial body. There's also a basic sequencing issue here. The consensus suggests we should build a lunar base before making claims about lunar-based energy projects. You need the infrastructure first before you can realistically talk about industrial-scale construction. That said, there is a word of caution worth considering. Some argue we should be careful about dismissing futuristic proposals too quickly. 200 years ago, human flight was met with ridicule, yet it became reality. While this particular proposal may not be practical with current technology, completely writing off ambitious ideas has historically been premature. The bottom line is that what you've been reading about Japan's lunar solar ring is largely sensationalized media coverage of a concept that, even in its actual form, doesn't appear to be a serious near-term project. So, while the headlines make it sound like we're on the verge of lunar megastructures, the reality is far more mundane. What do you think? Are proposals like this useful for pushing technological boundaries, or just distractions from practical solutions? Let us know in the comments.